Scotland, Brazil coming up at Miami Stadium in Group C, and the two teams, as you can see, their standings in the table right now. Brazil on 4 points, Scotland on 3. Steve Clarke standing on the precipice of history. Can he lead Scotland to their first knockout stages of a major tournament? But with Brazil and Scotland facing off in Miami, that is where the party is at right now. And that, of course, is where Adrian Healy is at right now, because he's been loving the party atmosphere. Adrian, you've seen firsthand now both the Scotland fans and the Brazil fans. We've seen them all partying together. Who's got the best fans of those two nations?
Oh, I tell you what, Kay, that is a delicious question. Here in Miami Beach, in iconic Miami Beach on Ocean Drive, I tell you what, the Tartan Army boogiers and the Brazilian sambaers have been bringing the energy. There's not much to choose between them off the pitch, but I'd have to say the Scots win in the bars, but the Brazilians still undefeated on the dance floor and on the sand as well, which is just over there. But I tell you what, the Tartan Army have done a great job taking over the city as well. They were in Little Havana on Monday, taking over a Marlins game. When was the last time a Florida Marlins game sold out? Well, they managed to make that happen on Monday night. And then right here on iconic Ocean Drive, this was a sea of tartan yesterday as they marched up and down. So it has been, as usual, with the Scots, harmony everywhere. They love the fact that they're meeting the Brazilians again for the 5th time in World Cup tournament, and they are making the most of it. What a different city, though, and they are loving the difference here between Miami and their last port of call in Boston. And
it looks as though it's a little bit early for both sets of fans once again, Adrian, there in Miami.
Yeah, you know, it's always got this morning after the night before feel. I mean, they go late. They party hard here. I mean, we're talking 3, 4 in the morning. The Tartan Army have really indulged in the local specialty, which isn't beer. It's big cocktails, which are worth about 4 pints at a time. But they've been ordering those up a storm. So not surprisingly, little slow getting going. Ocean Drive is starting to wake up. People coming out for breakfast, but they are just gearing up for what is a massive day at Hard Rock Stadium just up the road.
It is. They're coming out to see you, Adrian, of course. But will they see Neymar tonight at the Hard Rock Stadium? That's a big question, isn't it? Because there's talk that we might be seeing Neymar for the first time since, what, October 2023 in a Brazil shirt?
Yeah, certainly. Carlo Ancelotti saying he's going to be available. He wasn't committal on whether he's going to start. I somehow doubt that he will start. I think we may see the Bournemouth teenager Ryan filling in for the injured Rafinha. But Neymar is going to be a factor. And, of course, he's going to be the story if he does come on.
Yeah, absolutely he will. So what's the thoughts then going into the game? And what does Scotland need here? Because a narrow defeat, they could still do it, right?
Yeah, and you know, the Tartan Army are very sanguine and realistic about the prospects here. I mean, this is a tall order for Steve Clarke on their side, but a narrow defeat may well be enough. Thing is, this is the first of the third games in the group, so they are not going to know what is enough for them for another 4 days. So if they do go down to a narrow defeat, they're all going to be on tenterhooks, waiting to see what happens in the other groups. And, you know, Scotland fans are like looking at, well, where are we going to go next if we do go through all sorts of choices. But, yeah, the more optimistic saying, yeah, maybe we can squeeze a draw out of this. Maybe we get Brazil not on a good day. And, you know, they've had plenty of those recently. Are Brazil really going to hit their stride is a question. And can Steve Clarke's team do enough to prevent that from happening and still give themselves a chance to go up the other end and cause some damage, which the Scots believe they can.
All right, lovely stuff. Thank you so much, Adrian. We know it's hot down there, so we're going to let you get some air conditioning and get ready for tonight's game.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff. Thank you,
Brilliant
Adrian.
stuff, Kate. Stewie, Don, thanks, guys.
Great
Pleasure.
to see you. Always great to see you. Where are you on the Neymar factor in Brazil?
Oh, don't even start me on Neymar. I remember when he was going to move from Barcelona to PSG, and I was saying, well, the best thing that can happen to Barcelona is if he does go, because I'm not a fan of Neymar. I haven't been for quite some while. He was, when he was younger, an outstanding player. He could go past people, but more and more he's become a trickster. I don't like his antics on the field. I'm not, as you can tell, not a great fan of Neymar. I hope he doesn't play.
Oh, no.
Oh, my days.
Brazil's top scorer, Don. Do you want to see him?
I want to see him. I mean, not from a Scottish point of view. I want to see him. I I think what Brazil will do and Ancelotti will do, they'll see how the game goes in terms of the scoreline. If they're comfortable in the game, you might see him for 20 minutes. I think you'll have been a tad harsh. I think when you look at his ability, he's got natural ability. I think his body's let him down over the years. He's had some horrendous injuries. I think a young Neymar and a Barca Neymar, he was one of the best in the world. He moved to PSG because he wanted the Ballon d'Or. So he probably moved financially and wanted to get out of Messi's shadow to try and escape that and try and win a Ballon d'Or. I think when you hear from Neymar in the future when he retires, he'd probably say that was the biggest mistake of his life, because prime Neymar at Barca, where Messi and Suarez were just unstoppable. So I think his body's let him down in terms of injuries. How do you cope? How do you try and manage that? It's difficult. Now you're trying to play catch-up. At his age now, you just want minutes. You just want to try and show a little bit of what Messi and what Ronaldo, what Mbappe are all about. You just want to add a little bit of sprinkle, just to say to everyone, I can still do it, you know.
What do you think of Brazil this tournament?
They're going to miss Rafinha, because I've seen him week in, week out for Barcelona, and Barcelona are a totally different team. Everyone talks about Yamal, and Yamal is obviously absolutely outstanding, but the movement of Rafinha is as good as anybody's in the world. He's the ability to keep making runs in behind the opposition. That's why Barcelona, when teams sit deep or when teams try and press them, they can always find a way, because they've got a good passer in the ball in Pedri. They've got somebody who can run with the ball in the wide play, Yamal, and they've got somebody that will make run after run after run for balls in behind, and that's Rafinha. And they're going to miss that.
So let's get to Scotland then. And obviously a win or a draw, Scotland is through.
Yeah.
But as we just mentioned, even a narrow defeat could do it for them.
They can't go into that game thinking about a narrow defeat. That's the last thing you can go into the game. From what I took from the Morocco game, there was a lack of belief from either the players or Steve Clarke. I mean, Stewie done the analysis on England there. I could do 2 hours on Scotland and the Morocco game, because, you know, Scott McTominay got voted MVP at Napoli 2 seasons ago. One of the best midfield players, scoring midfield players, number 10, number 8, whichever bracket you want to put him in. The amount of times he was going deep and getting off Scotland's back four, it was doing my head in. Why wouldn't you just leave that to McLean if he plays, or John McGinn, or Ferguson, who had a good season at Bologna? These guys are capable enough to handle the ball. Why are you asking a number 10, whose best asset is to run in the box, get goals, get assists, to come 60 yards away from goal and get the ball off your centre-backs? It was baffling. So that's either from Steve Clarke telling him to do that, which is a no-no, because he knows Scott McTominay's assets and know what he can do when he's higher up the pitch. Or I would lean on the players like John McGinn or like McLean or like Ferguson to say to him, get away, man. Get away from us. We can get the ball off our back four and we can start the attacks off. And we need you closer to, I think, Lawrence Shankland. He might go Che Adams because of his pace, but Shankland's the best number 9 Scotland have got. So he's got to pick and Ben Gannon-Doak's another. He didn't play in the Morocco game, which was a strange one to me, because when you have 5 midfield players, 4 at the back, 5 across the middle, you need players that can carry the ball. Gannon-Doak's that player. So I think it's going to come down to his team selection.
I think he's going to volunteer himself for the sandbox tomorrow.
Oh, he's got to do the sandbox. What I would say, Adrian did say the Scottish fans weren't quite sure where they were going to go next. I can tell you where they're going to go next.
Don't say home.
Edinburgh, to Dundee, to Glasgow.
What a cringe. How long are you here for?
Yeah, it's only 2 days.
Good.
Oh, my goodness. Stuart Robson. Well, we'll find out tomorrow. Thank you so much for talking Scotland with us in a more positive manner than Stuart Robson did Don Hutchison. We do need to talk now about the USA, though, because coming up, we will be hearing from NFL legend Antonio Freeman on his son, Alex Freeman.
Go, Alex!
This is what you get.